And we talked about, we started Unit 6, we talked about 3 generations, we talked about the meaning of 3 generations. So 3 generations is child, girl, mother, when mother Helen, and Margaret is the grandmother. So these are 3 generations, okay? So child, mother, grandmother, this is the meaning of 3 generations. We also talked about the adjectives, and we did a matching exercise between the opposites. All of these adjectives are opposites, and we used these adjectives to talk about the people. So we described Rebecca maybe as a quiet girl, maybe intelligent, and maybe friendly. We also talked about Margaret, and we said maybe Margaret is also happy, friendly.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam. Hi Rashid, how are you today? Great, good, good. All right, so we talked about this from last lesson. So we discussed the adjectives, how to talk about people, not only people, about many things. So we can use adjectives to describe things and people. All right, so today we are going to do a little bit of listening. And it says here, listen and read. Who is talking? Listen and read. Who is talking? All right, so let's find the CD here. Let's find the track. So we want track number 6.1. Let's find this. Okay. Okay, خلينا ندور لكم قاعد في التراك.
When were you born?
Oh, have you got any big bottles of water? 4.
Okay.
Is there a park?
Are there any shops?
5.5.
Beautiful flat. Would you like to see it?
How much are the TVs?
And that one is 4.
I'll have these ones. These postcards. No, that's all, thanks.
Oh, it was a great party, and my mum and I...
Recording 6.1.
Okay, yeah, وصلنا. All right, so it says here, listen and read. وبعدين عندنا سؤال اللي هو who is talking? So let's listen and let's read. So they're going to read this, and then we want to think who is talking. طبعا اللي بيتكلم بيكون واحد من 3. هادو maybe Rebecca is talking, maybe Margaret, maybe Helen. So let's listen and let's see.
I live in Perth, Australia, with my parents and my 3 brothers. Yesterday was my 13th birthday, and about 40 friends were here. There was a lot of food and drink, burgers, chicken, Coke, and orange juice. Oh, it was a great party, and my mum and I were really happy because my grandmother's here from England. There were only 2 things wrong. My grandfather wasn't here for my party, and my other 2 brothers are in the USA, so they weren't here either.
Okay. So who's talking in this part? Who's the one talking here?
Rebecca.
Yes, correct. Yeah, Rebecca, she's the one. Yeah, she's the one talking here. Okay, okay. So here it says, read about the party again and underline these 3 things in the text. Okay, so we want to find information about the party. We want to find the place. We want to find the number of people. We want to find the food, the drink, and the people who were not at the party, okay? And let's underline this information in the text. So where's the place? Where is this party?
Perth, Australia.
It's okay, correct. So it's in Perth, Australia. All right, so Perth, this is the place. So when we say place, of course, we mean the location. All right, so Perth, Australia. Let's move it. All right, now the second thing is, it says here, the number of people. How many people were at the party?
About 40.
16.
40 friends.
16?
Yes.
40 friends. More than 40.
Where's the 16, Rashid?
3 brothers and 13. 13 نحسبها 13 شخص.
No, 13 is for her, the birthday, but the people, we want the people. How many people? What does it say? شنقلت بعدين. And about
40 friends.
40 friends.
44.
Yeah, and 3 brothers. And now هم 3 brothers ما كانوش مذكورين في القصة. Who else? My grandmother is here. لكن أعتقد كلهم مشمولين صح ولا؟ ممكن هذا about 40 تقصد الكلهم الأصدقاء ولا حتى العائلة. It was a great party. My mom and I were. Yeah, so about 40. Let's say about 40. So about 40 means maybe 41, maybe 39, 38, 40, 42, right? So this is the meaning of about. It means not exactly, about. All right, what about the food? What kind of food did they have?
Burgers and chicken.
Burgers, chicken, coke.
Correct. Burgers, chicken. Okay. What about the drinks? Coke.
Orange juice.
Orange juice.
Coke and orange juice.
And orange juice.
Correct. So we have Coke and orange juice. What's Coke?
Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola.
Coca-Cola, yes. Coke is Pepsi or Coca-Cola. زي بعضهم. مزوز يقولون Coke. Okay. What about people not at the party? What about people not at the party? Who wasn't at the party? Grandfather or grandmother? من اللي ما كانش في الحفلة؟
Grandfather.
Grandmother is here from English. Okay, grandfather.
Two
brothers. Grandfather wasn't here.
Correct, yes. So the grandmother is here, but the grandfather wasn't here. So the grandfather wasn't here. Okay, correct. But the grandmother, was she at the party or not at the party? Was she at the party, her grandmother?
Yes.
Yes, she was, yes. All right. Okay, very good. So we found all the information. The place is Perth, the number of people about 40, the food is chicken and burgers, the drinks we have Coke and orange juice, and the people who were not at the party, her grandfather wasn't at the party, unfortunately. And someone else.
Two brothers.
Yes. Why weren't they at the party?
In USA.
Very good.
They were in the USA.
Yeah, they were in the USA. فما حضروش حتى هم. معناها grandfather and 2 brothers, they weren't at the party. Okay. So this is all the information about Rebecca's party. Let's check the grammar question. Let's check number 4. Okay. So number 4, it says, look at the text again. Find all the examples of was, wasn't, were, went. Okay, let's find them and let's underline them, okay? So معناها مجرد نبحثوا على was, wasn't, were, weren't. So I live in Perth with my parents and my
Was my 13th birthday.
Okay, هذه أول was عنا.
My three brothers. Yesterday was my birthday.
We're here.
Were here دي واحدة تانية.
Friends
We're
were
here.
here.
Correct. There was.
There was a lot
Yeah.
of
Was
food.
a lot of food and drink.
Correct. And orange juice.
It was
It
a
Was a
great
great party.
birthday.
Correct. Yeah, it was a great party.
Well,
And my mom and I.
We're really happy.
Correct. Were really happy. My mom and I were really happy because my grandfather is here from England. Grandmother, sorry.
There
were
only
only
correct.
2 things.
There were only 2 things wrong. My grandfather,
My grandfather wasn't here.
correct. My grandfather wasn't here, and my other 2 brothers are in the USA, so they.
So they weren't.
Right. Okay. So now we found all the was, wasn't, and all the were and went. Okay. So in part B, let's talk about the rule. So we have a rule here. So it says fill in the gaps with was, wasn't, were, weren't. Okay. So let's do the positive first. Okay. So we have the positive here. So we say I was, and well, I can do a positive, negative, in the positive we say I was, and in the negative we say I wasn't. Correct. And now I was, I wasn't, I was, I wasn't. Positive and negative. Let's write it. I was, I wasn't, I was, I wasn't. All right, very nice. بعدين قال لك بالنسبة لي you وwe وthey شو نقول؟
Where.
were. بالضبط. Very nice, very nice. So we say were, you were, they were, we were. تمام. وفي النيجاتيف نقولوا you
Weren't.
very nice. You weren't. They weren't. وإلا we weren't. Okay, very nice. What about he,
Was.
she, it?
Was.
Okay, good. From the examples, we say was. And if it's negative, he, she,
Wasn't.
and it wasn't. All right. فهنا مجرد كيف نرتبوا أفكارنا، كيف نرتبوا بالنسبة لل was وال wasn't وال were وال weren't مع مين نستعملهم. فهذا يعني إن ال I وال he, she, it نفس الشيء صح ولا؟ I was, he was, she was, it was. هذول كلهم زي بعض. وال you, we, they حتى هم فاعل بروحهم مع بعضهم هم were. All right. Okay, let's check the summary. خلينا نشوف الموجز. ممكن في tips أو معلومات تانية. Let's check it. And let's see, page 135 and 43 and 36. Let's go. Okay. Right, نقرب شوية. Okay. Where's Samiha? Are you there? Can you hear us? Samiha? Samiha cannot hear us. Okay. Hannah, are you there?
Yes.
All right. Hannah, can you read this part? التip اللي هو هنا الملحوظة عندنا 2 tips اللي هذا اللي فوق طبعا جاوبناه we finished it. But can you read the 2 tips here, please?
We say هذا.
Yes, this one.
When, where were you born? I was born in 1978, Paris. The past of there is are, is there, was, where.
اوكي خلينا نتكلم شوية عن ملحوظتين هما مهمات في الكرات في الجهة الثانية. اوكي هنا لما تسأل قالك عن ميلاد الشخص وسواء سألت عن التاريخ أو المكان. So we say when were، لو نسألوا على الوقت أو السنة تاريخ الميلاد نقولوا when were you born. When were you born. يعني مجرد بينبهنا على قصة الوير هذه هتجينا ديما ثابتة في السؤال هذا. When were you born. بتقول I was born in، مثلا لو بتذكر السنة in 1987. طبعا حتى المكان هنا ممكن تسبب في بعض التخبيط. يعني لو بتسألوا عن مكان، مثلا لو نبي نسألك نقول لك وين كنت أمس في العشية.
Where.
بالضبط.
Where were you?
Where were you?
Yesterday.
Where were you? Where were you yesterday evening?
Yesterday.
Where were you last night? فممكن تجينا احنا رزينا شوية زي الكلمتين زي بعض نحطهم ورا بعض صح لا؟ where لكن هم مش نفس الشيء طبعا، اختلافات نهائية. الوير الأولى تسأل عن الزمن، سوري تسأل عن المكان where. الوير الثانية اللي هي الماضي بتاع is و are صح ولا؟ اللي هو verb to be اللي عند تعتبر was were. ديما باش ما تتلخبطش الحكاية ديما تخيلوهم أن هم نفسهم is ونفسها are نفسها am فقط في الماضي. يعني قبل لما أنت كنت مثلا لما تتكلم على نفسك بالpresent بتقول مثلا I'm an engineer مثلا. لو بتتبع روحك توا I'm an engineer but I was a student صح ولا؟ فالآن تحولت لك ل was في الماضي. وهذه قايلها لك حتى في الملحوظة الثانية اللي هي the past of there is there are اللي اختناق تتكلم عن المدن. لو تتفكروا لو قلنا مثلا there is a nice house, there is a good restaurant here. Is there a nice restaurant? Yes, there is. No, there isn't. لو تتذكروا في الدرس بتاع the places around town الأماكن حوالين اللي موجودين في المدينة، قال لك هنا ملاحظة أنه قال لك there is و there are في الماضي حتصبح there was there were. فمثلا لو بتدوي على المكان كان في مطعم اختفى تقدر تقول there was a nice restaurant here 2 years ago but now it's a bank for example. You get the idea. فحتى there is و there are الأولى اللي كنا نستعمله فيها تصبح there was there were في الماضي. اوكي يعني مجرد بينبهك أن راهو ال is هي نفسها ال was مجرد فرق الزمن بس أنها أصبحت في الماضي. وال are اللي كانت في الحاضر in the present when you change it in the past it becomes were. فمعناها الدرس هذا كله تركيز اللي هو ال past of verb to be. ال was وال were ال wasn't وال weren't كل هذا يعتبر the past tense الماضي البسيط بتاع ال verb to be. اوكي وضحت فكرتهم ال past وضحت فكرتهم was were صح ولا؟ Is it clear?
Yes.
Yes, clear.
All right. Okay. Let's do a few exercises. تزيد طبعا توضح الحكاية. أظن 46 مش 47. هتقدر تذكر الموضوع أكثر. 48. All right. So خلينا zoom out. نشوف the next exercise. Let's do an exercise. And let's see. All right. So we finished the grammar part. We answered was and where, wasn't and weren't. We finished this part in number 4. Let's do number 5 here. Okay. Read about Helen's birthday party and choose the correct words. So now we're going to talk about Helen. Who's Helen? Helen. Helen is the mother or a grandmother? Okay,
Mother.
Helen is the mother. Right, so Helen is the mother. So we are going to read here. It says, read about Helen's 13th birthday party. Choose the correct words. Okay. أنا هنا أعطيهم لك الزوز. أعطيك was where. لكن طبعا they only want one word. So we have to choose the right words. All right? So we have to choose the correct answer. أنا عليكم أنتم تختاروا يا إما was يا إما were. Okay? وإلا were شو اسمه اللي هي ال were أو sorry أو negative نفس الشيء wasn't weren't. All right? So take a minute. خذوا شوية وقت قبل باش تقرأ كلها بعدين نشوف الإجابات. We'll see the answers together, okay? So take a few minutes. Okay, let's start. Okay, where's Rashid? Where are you, Rashid? Are you there?
Yes.
Okay, so Rashid, you can start, you can do number 1, 2, 3, and then maybe Selma can do number 4 to 6, maybe. And then the last 3, you can give them to Najat, okay? Samiha, are you there? Can you hear us? Samiha, I think is not there. Okay, let's start. So Rashid, you can start first from number 1 to 3.
I was born in England in village near Liverpool. I were 13 in 1975, and I remember my party very well. Our house wasn't very big, so
Okay.
my party.
Okay. Rashid, can you go back to number 2, please?
I were 13 in 1975.
Okay, number 1?
I was.
What about
I
number
was.
1? Number 1, I was born in England, صح ولا؟
إيه.
Number 2?
I were.
Why did you change it؟ علاش غيرت؟ علاش لو درت was وبعدين درت were؟
The same.
هي نفسها صح ولا؟ انت في الاول كان بI قلت I was صح؟ بعدين التغيير علاش غيرت؟ هو قاعدة I ما قلناش you ولا we ولا they صح ولا؟ لو كانت غيرت مثلا I كان جاتك you ولا we ولا they كنت صح، لكن لأنها هي نفسها I فمعناها نفسها بتكون صح ولا؟ Okay, so can you read it again, please, Rashid? And our house was رقم 3 كانت صح.
I was born in England in a village near Liverpool. I was 13 in 1975, and I remember my party very well. Our house
كمل. Our house
wasn't very big.
Okay, تمام كويس كلهم صح. Very good. Okay, so Selma, you can continue. So my party.
Okay.
So
So my party was in village hall. It wasn't very nice place and the tree and there wasn't too much.
correct. صح.
There wasn't much
to eat. اوكي كل الاجابات صح، لكن عندي سؤال، علاش نمبر 6 درناها wasn't؟
لأن البليس ياخد it يمكن.
لكن هو مش على البليس يعني، رقم
على الإيد.
على الايت. ايوه غلطت انا جد. فعلا شو اسمه هنا، علاش درنا wasn't؟ why did we use wasn't؟ why not weren't؟ رغم انك صح هي wasn't هي صح، لكن علاش؟
يمكن علشان البليس ياخد it بس.
Okay, I'm going to help you. Najat, what do you think? علاش استعملنا wasn't ومش weren't يعني؟
ممكن لأن
There is.
في الأصل يعني
تمام. علاش في الأصل there is؟ هو صح كلمتك صح. هي في الأصل كانت there is.
خاطر فيه الإت الأولى it wasn't كله عايد على الإت.
لا هنا عايد على
الإيد.
بعدين على الإيت أكثر يعني.
على الفود قصدي.
على الفود عايد بالضبط. لكن علاش درنا is there is أو اللي هو بالأحرى there isn't لو كان في present. علاش كانت هي there isn't أو there wasn't يعني شنو القصة؟ علاش مش there aren't وإلا there weren't يعني شنو السبب؟
لأن الإيد
لا مش not exactly.
والإيد
نعطيكم مثال ثاني. Okay, check this example. مثلا نبي نقول لكم أن الحصة اللي
الماتش
فاتت
ممكن على خاطر الماتش
صح. اكتشفت انت الكي وورد السر يعني في ماتش. باهي فكر زيد شوية، فكر نجد قريب توصلوا للمجرم. مثلا لو نوصلوا على ان نحكي مثلا الحصة اللي فاتت بنقول لكم مثلا ما كانش فيه هالبطلبة.
الماتش سينجولار قصدك.
باي سينجولار، لكن هل هو السينجولار؟ صح.
سينجولار.
الانكاونتبل ديما عاملوا فيها معاملة السينجولار. صح. لا تتذكروا من درس الكاونتبل والانكاونتبل، لأن الماتش نستعمل فيها للانكاونتبل، وهنا كنا نتكلم على الفود. يعني مثلا هي في كلمة الفود هي غير uncountable طبعا مغيبة هي الفود يعني لو بنردوها كلمة فود هي حتكون بعد much. There wasn't much food. هي غير هنا مش مكتوبة لأنها مفهومة حذفت يعني، لكن معناها ضمني هي قاعدة موجودة كمعنى. يعني لو الجملة كانت بتكون كاملة المفروض تكون there wasn't much food to eat. صح ولا؟ فالكلام كله على الفود، والفود uncountable لو بتدوي عليه بشكل هيك عام يعتبر uncountable. فاستعملنا much ولهذا نستعمله في wasn't. نقول weren't. weren't للحاجة المعدودة. مثلا لو أنا نتكلم عن الطلبة نقول ما كانوش في هلبة طلبة الحصة اللي فاتت. How do we say that? Who can tell me?
There weren't too much.
مش much. ما نستعملوش much يعني معدود.
Many.
بالضبط. There weren't many students. Many students in class. In class yesterday. Okay. المثال هنا طبعا زي ما تلاحظوا استعملنا weren't. علاش استعملنا هنا weren't؟ لأن students يعتبروا countable، نقدر نعدوهم students، فاستعملنا many. اوكي. فهذه الفكرة. Alright, very good. باهي معناها نجاة your turn. ايش تكملي only
Okay. Only about 20 people were there, and there weren't any boys, so the party was a bit boring.
okay, very good. 20 people were there and there weren't any boys because boys are accountable. So the party plural, exactly. So the party was a bit boring. Okay. Samiha, are you there? Rashid, you're using the iPhone today, صح ولا؟
يس.
All right, okay. قبل ما سميحة يمكن تخش.
الحصة اللي فاتت خشيت بالفيسبوك ما خلانيش نخش. الحصة هذه خشيت بالايفون خلاني اخش.
Nice. Okay, good. طيب. Okay. معناها خلوا حد ثاني يقرأ. Okay, so Hannah, can you read the whole story from the beginning, please? Can you read from I was.
Okay. I was born in England in a village near Liverpool. I was 13 in 1975, and I remember my birthday very well. Our house wasn't very big, so my birthday wasn't very nice place, and there wasn't much to eat. Only about 20 people were there, and there weren't any boys, so the party was a bit boring.
Okay. All right, so this was Helen's birthday. This is Helen's 13th birthday. So it doesn't look like lots of fun. All right, now let's listen to Rebecca and her grandmother. So was Margaret's 13th birthday good? Why or why not? Okay, so we are going to listen to Rebecca talking with her grandmother. Okay, so her grandmother, of course, is Margaret. So this is Margaret. So we are going to listen about Margaret's 13th birthday, and we want to know, was it good or not? And we want to know why. Why was it good? And if it wasn't good, why not good? Okay, so let's listen to the conversation between Rebecca and her grandmother, Margaret.
Recording 6.2.
Grandmother عمرها 30.
When were you born?
Oh,
Sorry, Hanaki. شو سؤالك؟
نسأل قلت grandmother عمرها 13.
لا، هنا نبغى نعرفوا لما كانت 13 وقت عيد ميلادها 13 تحكي على ذكريات عيد ميلادها. Okay. So here it says, was Margaret's 13th birthday party good? لما كانت 13 هل عيد ميلادها حفلة عيد ميلادها 13 هل كانت حفلة كويسة? Was it a good party? Why? Why not? Because Helen's 13th birthday wasn't good. لما الأم حكت على عيد ميلادها 13 قالت ممل بايخ boring. لكن تبغوا نشوفوا اللي هي grandmother شوفوا عيد ميلادها 13 كيف كان. هل كانت was it a nice birthday party? Not nice. Was it good? Not good? Let's listen, okay? Let's find out.
Okay.
All right. So
هذا another listening.
بالضبط. لا مش نفسها. So listening مش خلاص كملنا منها موضوع هيلن. هذا اللي تو جاوبناه اللي هو رقم 5.
another.
Yeah. هذا خلاص انتهينا منه. هيلن قالت لنا ان العيد ميلاد بايخ ممل. لكن تنبوا نسمعوا للجدة هي اللي تحكي لنا على عيد ميلادها 13 ونشوف القصة. Okay? So let's listen. So we are doing exercise 6. Okay? So we are doing exercise 6 now. Let's listen.
Grandma, when were you born?
Oh, I was born in 1940.
And where were you on your 13th birthday?
I was in London. I remember that birthday party very well.
Why? Was it good?
Oh, yes, it was.
Where was the party?
It was in the street.
In the street?
Well, it was June the 2nd, 1953. The same day as Queen Elizabeth's coronation. The weather wasn't very good, but there were parties in every street in the country.
Wow. Were they big parties?
Yes, they were.
And was there any food?
Oh, yes, there was. There were lots of chicken sandwiches and tea and beer. My family was very poor, but that year, my birthday party was wonderful.
Were your friends with you?
No, they weren't. They were at other street parties with their families. But I was very happy because there were about 300 people at my party.
Okay. Okay, who can say what was the special event that day?
Queen Elizabeth بس ما عادش سمعت.
صح، في حاجة لها علاقة بكوين إليزابيث. مين يقدر يجيبها الكلمة؟
شنو؟
في big celebration يعني.
هو في big celebration وليه علاقة بكوين إليزابيث وفي لندن صح؟ وفي سنة 53.
Yes, 2nd June.
بين ذاك.
قول راشد. نعم.
Repeat the
Yeah, I'll repeat it again. خلينا نجاوب على الأسئلة البسيطة قبل وبعدين نرجع نسأل مرة ثانية. Okay, so let's answer. Was Margaret's 13th birthday, was it good? Was it a good party?
Yes.
Yes, it was a good party. كويس. Why was it a good party?
It was great.
It was a great party, but why?
Yes, good.
صح, good party. What's the reason? Why? Why was it a good party?
Because many people in the street. About
many people.
300
people. Big party in the street.
Okay, صح. Many people in the street. Big parties in the street.
And the food, there's many kind of food.
Lots of food.
Chicken sandwich and these. And
correct. And lots of food, lots of people, lots of celebration.
Wonderful.
It was wonderful. But was all of this for Margaret or not for Margaret?
For the Queen Elizabeth.
For the Queen Elizabeth. What happened to the Queen Elizabeth in 1953?
She being a queen.
Exactly. هي هذه اللي صار. زي ما قال راشد. She became a queen. She became a queen. طبعا هي يستعملوا كلمة ثانية لكن راشد هي صحيحة. اللي هي she became a queen. طبعا الكلمة اللي استعملوها في listening لما نعودون بيكم تسمعوها كلمة ما لهاش علاقة بموضوعنا هو. هي coronation. مش احنا نقولوا بالليبي، احنا نقولوا كورونا تنحط على الراس. كورونا فيروس. كورونا باش ترجمة كورونا اللي هي زي
coronation from corona تاج.
بالضبط. coronation from corona اللي هنا باللاتيني
يعني تتويج
بالضبط. اللي هي زي ما قال راشد she became تاج. التاج اللي هو الكورونا والcoronation هو التتويج صح ولا؟ فزي ما قال راشد she became queen in 1953. This is when Queen Elizabeth became a queen. She wasn't a queen. Okay? All right. Let's listen again. وفي حتى جزئية ثانية أسئلة ثانية خلينا نشوفها. All right. Let's check the questions here. يعني حتى بعد الأسئلة الثانية. Let's read the questions first باش لما نعود listening نقدر نجاوبها. So listen again and answer these questions. So the first question, when was Margaret's 13th birthday? Who can remember? Which
In
year?
London.
June 2nd, 1953.
In 1975.
Is it in 1970? لا احنا يا راهو سلمى ما ندوش على الفوقي هذا خلاص انتهينا منه. ندوا عليه موضوع ثاني. هذا الفوقي اللي هو متاع هيلن متاع
لا
الأم.
ما تش
احنا خلاص كملنا بيه. كل الأسئلة اللي على listening. When was the party? Can you remember which year?
1953.
1953, June
All right.
2nd.
Okay, good, good. Where was the party?
In
the
London.
street.
In London, in the streets, okay. Was the weather good?
Yes.
Yes? Who can
Yeah.
remember? Was the weather good or not good? Okay, مش مشكلة. What food was there? What about the
Chicken
food?
sandwich and beers.
Chicken sandwich,
Tea.
tea. Okay. And where were her friends at her party? Where
The
were
second
In
street.
street ولا at
In another street.
in another street? So this question, is it yes or no?
No.
No?
No.
Okay. How many people were at her party?
300.
Okay. Okay, خلت أكتب الإجابات هذه كلهم.
300.
300 maybe. نشوفوا قديش من الإجابات هذه صحيحة أو لا. Let's listen. Are you ready? مستعدين? Are you ready to listen? Let's listen.
Grandma, when were you born?
Oh, I was born in 1940.
And where were you on your 13th birthday?
I was in London. I remember that birthday party very well.
Why? Was it good?
Oh, yes, it was.
Where was the party?
It was in the street.
In the street?
Well, it was June the 2nd, 1953, the same day as Queen Elizabeth's coronation. The weather wasn't very good, but there were parties in every street in the country.
Wow. Were they big parties?
Yes, they were.
And was there any food?
Oh, yes, there was. There were lots of chicken sandwiches and tea and beer. My family was very poor, but that year, my birthday party was wonderful.
Were your friends with you?
No, they weren't. They were at other street parties with their families. But I was very happy because there were about 300 people at my party.
Okay. So the first question is correct. You said 1953, June the 2nd. So هذا صح جاوبنا. The second one, where was the party? You said in the streets in London. Correct. Was the weather good?
Yes.
Yes.
No.
Good.
Yes. It was
No.
Good.
It wasn't good.
Wasn't.
Yes, she said the
Was it?
weather. She said the weather wasn't good.
Okay.
Okay, it wasn't good. But there were, I didn't get anything, but okay. What about the food? What food was there?
Chicken sandwich.
Correct.
Sandwich, tea.
Tea.
Correct. Chicken sandwich, tea, beer. All right. Number 5. Were her friends at the party? Selma?
Another
No,
street.
they weren't. Another street.
Correct. No, they weren't. They were at other streets. Good. What about how many people were at her party?
Already answered. 300.
Correct. 300. The number, she said, there were 300 people at my party, right? Did you hear it?
Mhm.
Selma, are you there? All right, okay, so this is the story of Margaret's 13th birthday. So now we have the three stories, right? The story of Rebecca's birthday, and Helen's birthday, and Margaret's birthday, okay? So 3 generations. So we have 3 generations. All right, let's move on. Let's go here to number 7. Here in number 7, we want to pay attention to was and were. It says here, listen and notice the strong and the weak forms of was and were. Okay, هنا يبيلفت انتباهنا أن في طريقتين, 2 ways of saying was and were. One of them is the strong way or the strong form اللي هي تقراها كاملة, was. And نفس الشيء بالنسبة لل were, okay? But we also have a weak form. And in the weak form, it's a little different. في فرق بسيط فيكم تركزوا فيه. ونفس الشيء حتى ال were, ما عادش تبدأ were, بتبدأ مختلفة شوية. All right, so I want you to listen. Here it says, listen and notice the strong and the weak forms of was and were. فمعناها اسمعوا الطريقتين اللي ينطقوا بينهم was and were. في طريقتين فيهم اختلاف بسيط. Let's listen.
Recording 6.3.
Was. Was.
زي بعض ولا مش زي بعض؟
مش زي
مش زي بعض.
مش زي بعض صح؟ لولا قال was والثاني قال was. زي اللي هو البط ووز، احنا مش نقول وز. الثانية قالها زي ما احنا نقول وز بالعربي. صح ولا؟ was was. مختلفة شوية. اوكي خلينا نشوف ال were كيف تكون مختلفة.
were.
زي بعض ولا مختلفات؟
Can you repeat?
All right, let's repeat that.
Good, but there were parties in every street in the country.
Wow. Were they big parties?
Yes, they were.
And was there any food?
Oh, yes, there was. There were. My family was very.
Was. Was. Were. Were.
اوكي شو لاحظتوا؟
واو في difference. ما ينطقش الآر.
ما ينطقش في الآر، ما كاتب بصفة عامة هو ما ينطقوش فاكي ولا كيوز، هذه واحدة منهم بس صح؟ لكن في حاجة ثانية غير إنهم ما ينطقوش في الآر، شو الفرق بين الأولى والثانية؟
واحدة كذا اللي طولها والثانية
صح؟
واحدة
الأولى
strong واحدة weak.
صح، لكن طبعا في النطق في اختلاف. strong اللي هي المطولة الكاملة اللي هي زي ما احنا نقولوا فيها was were كاملة، لكن الويك فورم زي المريشة نتفك ما يقولوش فيها كاملة. فهذه شو قصة الويك فورم؟ الويك فورم عادة اللي هي اللي يستعمل فيها داخل الجملة نفسها، وهي اللي يستعمل فيها على فكرة أكثر. هذا ليش ممكن ما تكونش واضحة؟ لأن زي ما اتفقنا أن stress بالنسبة للكلمات اللي هي أشير لكم عليها، لو تلاحظوا في الجمل هذه كلها عليهم أن ندير عليهم دائما كلهم هذا weak form. يعني لاحظوا ما يستعملوش في strong form الكاملة هذه اللي احنا متعودين عليها ال was were الشكل هذا، ما يستعملوش العادة النيتيف صاحب اللغة دي ما يقول فيها، دي ما ياكل فيها ماكلة، لأن ما هياش من الكلمات اللي عليهم stress، ما همش ذو معنى كبير في الجملة، يعتبروا في النهاية أفعال مساعدة، لأن ال was وال were اللي هم عبارة عن ال is وال are في ال past، و verb to be كلها بصفة عامة يعتبر فعل مساعد، فعادة ما يجيبلاش في ستريس إلا في وضع واحد اللي هو هذا اللي في الإجابة، الإجابات القصيرة. أوكي هنا حيديرها كاملة strong form. أوكي فنبيكم تسمعوا هنا الأمثلة هذه حيقراها، ونبيكم تركزوا كيف يقول فيها بسرعة اللي هي الويك فورم حيقولها بسرعة، ولكن لما يجي في الإجابات اللي هي yes it was yes they were حيقولها strong form كاملة. Okay so let's listen to this. and listen to the examples.
I was in London.
There were parties in every street.
Was it good?
Yes, it was.
Were they big parties?
Yes, they were.
Okay, do you see the difference? Do you get the idea?
Yeah.
All right, okay. So here we have a little rule. It says complete the rules with strong or weak. So here it says in statements and questions, was and where are they هل هم strong ولا هل weak؟
Weak form.
Weak form.
صح. Okay. أنا هنا
Short answer.
بالضبط. يعني في الغالبية لو أنهم في الجمل وفي الأسئلة بالويك، هذا شو معناها؟ معناها في غالب الوقت هم ويك. إلا لو جتنا إجابة yes no question اللي هي بتكون
strong.
بالضبط. لو في الشورت فورم حتسمعها كامل. باي ممكن الطالب منكم يسأل باي شنو يهمني في هذا كله، يعني ايش دخلنا فيه. السؤال حتى هو سؤال في محله، يعني شنو علاقتنا به هذا كله. المهم في الموضوع هذا كله مش ان احنا نديروا وز ونديروا وير، نديروها قصيره، نديروها ويك فورم. لا، الفكره انه بتحطها في الحسبان انه في الليسننج وفي النيتف لما بيتكلم في الغالب حيتكلم لك بالشكل هذا. سواء انت فتحت مثلا نشره، فتحت فيلم، فتحت حاجه، فممكن تستغرب على شكل ماكله، خيرهم ما ينطقوش بها طبيعيه. علاش في الفصل التيتشر قال لنا واز وهنا يقولوا فيها وز، والتيتشر قال لنا وير وهنا يقولوا لنا فيها ورك؟ شنو القصه؟ فهي هذه قصه. فعادة في أغلب في الكتاب هذا بالذات محاولين مدققين في اللي هي التفاصيل اللي لها علاقة كيف صاحب اللغة النيتف ينطق. أوكي؟ مجرد يعني للانتباه أن هذه الطريقة اللي ينطقوا بها مش حينطقها لك زي ما تتوقع في ذلك. أوكي؟ So this is was and where was where. All right. So let's move on. نشوف موضوعنا الثاني. So exercise number 8. All right, so هنا عندنا موضوع الجرامر. Let's talk about questions and short answers with was and with where. All right, so it says here, look at the word order of questions with was, where, then write question number 2 from 6B. All right, أول حاجة نبغى ننتبهوا لترتيب السؤال. So it says here, question word أول حاجة بنبدأ في الأسئلة. بعدين عندنا اللي هو auxiliary was أو were, and then we have the subject, right? شوفوا المثال. Number 1. طبعا هنا مخلط بين WH question اللي هو زي رقم 1 و yes no question في رقم 2. Let's read WH question. When was Margaret's 13th birthday? When was Margaret's 13th birthday? Okay, let's see the yes no question. Were her friends there? Were her friends there? All right, so let's copy the questions. So we have the questions from 6B. Let's copy them. All right, do you see the questions in 6B? اللي كنا سألنا بيهم على عيد ميلاد Margaret. Can you see the questions in 6B?
Yes.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. When was Margaret's 13th birthday? All right, so here we want to write questions number 2 and number 3. All right, do you see questions number 2 and number 3? This is question 2. This is question 3. So let's write them in the table. All right? So Rashid, you can start. Can you help me write number 2 in the table? Question 2. What do we write here in the first space, the first gap?
Where?
Correct. The question word where. So we have where. Okay. شنو بيكون بعده؟
Was.
Correct. Subject.
The party.
Right. The party. Okay, what about the next question? Well, yes, no question. How do we write it?
إيه.
Yeah, you can do it, Rashid. How do you put it in the table? كيف نرتبه؟ هنبدأ من الأول ولا نبدأ من ال was where ولا نبدأ من subject? How do we put it? Can you read it? Number 3.
نبدأ من الواس.
Correct, صح. أنا بنقوله was
the weather good.
right. Was the weather good? Okay. All right, it says here, fill in the gaps in these short answers with was, were, wasn't, weren't. All right, Selma, you can do this one. So number 2, مثلا لو سألنا لو ما أدري وش إجابات الأسئلة توقعت إجابات. Okay, so yes, I, he, she, it. What's the answer, Selma? Do we use was وإلا أنا أعطيك الخيارات عندك was or were, wasn't, weren't. These are your answers, one of them. So this is fill in the gaps. Okay.
Okay.
So if you say yes, I, or yes, he.
Yes, I. Yes, I was.
فهي لو قلنا مثلا yes, she شو بتكون؟
Yes, she was.
ولو قلنا it.
Was.
All right. What about no, I?
Wasn't.
What about he?
Wasn't.
She?
Wasn't.
All right. What about you, we, they? وكان إجابة yes. Yes, you.
Yes, you
Yeah.
were.
Right. Correct. Yes, you were. وهي طبعا strong form صح ولا؟ قولها أنت مرتاحين. Yes, you were. Yes, we were. Yes, they were.
Yeah.
All right. If it's negative, we say no, you.
No, you weren't.
No, you weren't. No, they weren't. No, we weren't. All right. So this is how we make questions using was and were. All right. So here we have WH questions. They had when was Margaret's 13th birthday? هذا اللي هو يعطي WH question. نفس الشيء هنا. Where was the party? هو WH question. والتانيات هما were her friends there? Was the weather good? Was the food good? Was the party good? All of these are, of course, yes/no questions. All right. Okay, so let's see the summary. نشوف لو في مثلا ملاحظات أو tips إضافية. نشوف نجرب عليهم. Let's take a look. Let's check them out. Let's see. All right. So here هذا اللي كنا نناقشه فيه احنا كله. احنا ما فيش حاجة جديدة. Nothing new here. نشوف ممكن في معلومات إضافية. لا ما فيش حاجة هي ذيك بس. So nothing new. ما فيش معلومات إضافية. Alright. هنا إجاباتنا كلها كانت صحيحة. Was it good? Was I good? Yes, you were. No, you weren't. Alright, خلينا نرجع. Let's go back. Okay, so now let's listen and practice. Okay, and now listening and practice. Number 9. Number 9. Listen and practice. Okay, خلينا بكم مجرد listen and repeat. Okay, this is the idea. This is pronunciation practice. So everybody just listen and practice.
Recording 6.4.
I was in London.
I was in London. Okay, everyone?
Yes.
Okay, repeat it. I was in London.
I was in London.
All right.
I was in London.
There were parties in every street.
Okay, repeat it. There were parties in every street. All right. So number 3, listen. Okay, repeat. You can repeat it, Rashid. اللي تسمعها عودها على طول باش تاخذ عليها.
The weather wasn't very good.
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 Okay, very good.
My friends weren't with me.
My friends went with me.
هي قالت في النيجاتيف راح. قالت my friends
weren't.
صح. My friends weren't with me. صح ولا؟
Yeah, weren't with me.
Yeah, my friends weren't with me. لكن طبعا إنها weak form فقالتها بسرعة. My friends weren't with me. Went with me. All right.
Was it good?
Was it good?
Was it good?
It's good.
هل قالت is it good ولا was it good؟
Was it good?
صح.
Was it good?
بالضبط. Was it good? Was it good?
Yes, it was.
Yes, it was.
Yes, it was.
Yes, it was.
No, it wasn't.
No, it wasn't.
Right. No, it wasn't.
No, it
No.
wasn't.
No, it
صح.
wasn't.
صح صح. Good.
Were they big parties?
ما عتاش به.
All right. Let's repeat it again.
With a big rock.
Stop. Were they big parties? Okay. Were they big sons? I said sons. Were they big parties?
No, it wasn't.
Sorry, let's go back.
There were parties in every street.
Okay, you can repeat it.
Where about?
There is a party in every street.
Yes, there were parties in every street.
The weather wasn't very good.
The weather
The weather
wasn't.
wasn't
The weather
very good.
wasn't very good.
تمام.
My friends weren't with me.
My
friend-
friend my friend
was with
weren't with me.
صح.
with me.
صح. My friends weren't with me. Good.
Was it good?
Was it good?
Was it good?
تمام. كويس.
Wasn't good.
Wasn't good ولا was it good?
Was
Wasn't
it
good.
good?
Was it good?
صح. صح. Was it good?
Yes, it was.
Yes, it was.
Yes, it
Yes,
was.
it was.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, it was.
No, it wasn't.
No, it wasn't.
No, it
They big-
wasn't.
Okay.
Parties.
هذه معلش فات عليكم 10
Yes, they were.
Yes, they were.
Correct.
Yes, they are.
Yes, they were.
No, they weren't.
No, they
No,
were.
they
No, they?
weren't.
They weren't.
Right.
Where was the party?
Where's the party?
هي قلت وين كانت الحفلة؟
She speak very fast.
Yes. هذا ليش كنت نقول لكم هذا ليش كنت مشبط لكم عليه في قصة was والwere strong form والweak form. هي قصة الفاست هذه لأنه هم يستعملوا في الweak form مش زي في الحصة. في الحصة احنا عادة لما نستعملوا كل شيء ندير فيه بالstrong form صح ولا؟ لكن في الكلام الحقيقي لما أنت بتمشي ببريطانيا وتفتح النشرة أو كذا مش حيستعمل كل شيء strong form. alright فمزبوطة ملاحظتك دقيقة يا راشد صح. So where was the party؟ هذا لو نقولها بالطريقة متاع الفصل. Where was
the party.
Where was the party؟ لكن هي طبعا لما قلتها ما قلتهاش بالطريقة هذه. قلت لك where was the party؟ Where was the party؟ السر كله أنه was أصبحت was. Where was the party؟ خلصت في الحجم. أوكي؟
Okay.
فهذا الإكسرسايز متاع listening يديك تاخذ على الطريقة الطبيعية. alright خلينا نشوف اللي بعدها.
When were you born?
When you're born.
من تاني اسمعها. نجاة what did you hear؟ Are you there نجاة؟ سلمى هنا شنو سمعتوا؟
ما سمعتهاش كويس. أنا ما ركزتش.
اوكي طبعا السؤال كان when were you born؟ when were you born؟ هنكتبها لكم هنقولها لكم كيف ما قالتها هي. when were you born؟ okay can you see it؟ when were you born؟ بينت لكم فوق. can you see when were you born؟ لكن طبعا في الإجابة مش حنقولوا when were you born الطريقة الطبيعية اللي هي when were you born؟ when were you born؟ الverb تتخلص
I was.
طبعا لما بتجاوب تقول I was born in تسمي السنة صح ولا؟
Yeah.
alright okay good نشوف اللي بعدها. let's listen.
Recording 6.
خلاص تمام. so here كانوا مجرد رقم 9 يعني number 9 مجرد يعتبر تمرين ل number 7 okay يعني يعتبر practice ل number 7 قصة strong form والweak form اللي بيكم تاخذوا عليها شوي. alright so number 10 هي تعتبر أعتقد الموضوع مش جديد. work in pairs how do we say these years فمجرد practice على السنوات. alright so the first one how do we say the first year؟
1952.
Right, correct. 1953, yes. What about the second year? How do we say the second year?
1970.
All right. Next year?
1895.
Harry?
95.
The next one?
1900.
Correct. 1900. Correct.
2000.
2000.
2000.
Right.
2005.
All right, okay. فمجرد مراجعة شكلها من البيجنر على قصة الyears فنقدر نتفاداها نفوتها يعني. Okay, checking each day. Write the names of 5 people in your family. Then work in pairs. Take turns to ask your partner when and where the people were born. Right. فأنا مجرد يديروا practice أعتقد إنهم يديروا سؤال اللي بعده أهم. And number 10 مجرد بيديروا مثل قائمة. You can ask your friend or ask your family member or maybe a relative or anybody, and you can ask them, when were you born? And you can also change it. Maybe you can ask about your friend. You can say, when was Ahmed born? When was Marwa born? Right? So you can ask about other people. If you want to ask someone directly, you say, when were you born? And the person will say, in 1978, in 1980, in 1953, whatever, right? So you can say the year. فمجرد practice على قصة تواريخ الميلاد كيفية سؤال عن تاريخ الميلاد. Let's leave number 10. Let's do number 11. It's more important. Let's make questions with you. All right. So the idea in this exercise, we want to make questions, and you have to use the subject you. So all of these questions have the subject you. All right. So number 1 here, it says, were you at work yesterday? So this means these are good questions to ask your friend. Were you at work yesterday? What about number 2? خلينا مع بعضنا 2 كexample. بعدين أعطيكم شوية وقت. I'll give you some time and you can do them and then we'll check together, okay? But number 2, let's do it together.
Where
Where are you?
last night?
Correct.
Where were you last night?
Right.
Last night.
That's correct. Where were you last night? Where were you last night? All right. So we want to complete all the questions like this. You have to add you. So you have to put you, and then you need to decide. خلط لك يعني yes no questions and WH questions. هيك محطوطة. فأنت لازم تضبط which question and then do it. Okay. Take a minute. Take a minute. Try to do this, and then we'll check together. Okay. So take a minute first. Okay, let's start. All right, Samiha, would you like to do number, what is it? Number 3 and 4. Can you do number 3 and 4?
Were you at home yesterday afternoon?
All right, let me write it. So it's a yes, no question. It's a yes, no question. Were you at home yesterday afternoon? Correct. All right, what's about number 4?
Where were you?
No. That's correct. That's correct.
Where were you on your last birthday?
Right. Where were you on? Where were you? I forgot you. On your last birthday. All right. Okay. Good. All right. Number 5. Who'd like to do number 5? Where's okay. Najat, you can do number 5.
Okay. Were you in this class last month?
Right. Were you in
I was.
This class last month? All right. We can also answer these questions when we finish them.
Yes, I was.
Right. Okay. Where's Hannah? Can you do the last question?
Where was she last in years if.
تمام صح. لكن أنت لو سألتي على شيء.
Yes.
لكن احنا
أنا أسأل على you يعني.
أنت طبعا
where you
100% استعملتها. لكن على
where you last New Year's Eve.
Right, very good. Where
شو المقصود بها if هذه الأخيرة؟
Eve اللي هي evening، اختصار لي
ليلة
evening.
رأس السنة.
ليلة رأس السنة بالضبط. اللي هي طبعا اللي هو بيجي في يوم 31 اللي قبل رأس السنة يعني آخر يوم من شهر 12. Where were you last New Year's blah blah. All right, okay. All right, so now let's make these questions. Let's ask these questions to each other. So let's start with Selma and Rashid. So Rashid, you can ask all these questions to Selma, and then Selma will ask someone else, and then someone else will ask someone else, and so on, okay? So you can start, Rashid.
Were you at work yesterday?
Selma, were you at work yesterday? تسمعي فينا سلمى معنا ولا مش معنا؟ I think she disconnected. All right, let's try someone else. Okay, Samiha, would you like to answer these questions? Rashid will ask, and you can answer all of them, and then we can change.
Okay.
All right. Rashid, you can start with the first question again, please.
Were you at work yesterday?
Yes, I was.
Where were you last night?
I was at home.
Were you at home yesterday afternoon?
Yes, I was.
Where were you on your last birthday?
Asking about the place or
place,
town or what?
Yeah, they're asking about the place.
I was at home. Okay.
All right.
Well, at home.
Were you in this class last month?
Were you in this class? Yes, I was.
Where were you last New Year's evening?
I was at work.
All right. I was at work.
That's it.
All right. Good questions, good answers. Let's see someone else. Okay, so Selma, are you there? Can you hear us? معنا ولا مش معنا؟ مش معنا. Okay, so this means so Najat and Hannah, okay? So Najat will ask the questions and Hannah can answer. All right? So you can start, Najat.
Okay. Were you at work yesterday?
I was at home.
Yeah. Where were you last night?
Okay, just a second. Again, can you ask the question again, Najat?
Were you at work yesterday?
No, I wasn't.
Okay, very good. No, I wasn't.
Where were you last night?
I was at home.
I wasn't. I was. home.
Okay.
Okay. Were you at home yesterday afternoon?
Yes, I was.
Where were you on your last birthday?
I was at school.
At school.
Okay. Were
Okay.
you in this class last month?
No, I wasn't.
Where were you last New Year Eve?
I was at restaurant.
I was at a restaurant. Very nice. Good. Salma, are you there?
I'm here.
All right. So Salma, you can ask Rashid these questions.
Okay.
You can start from number 1.
Okay. Were you at work yesterday?
Yes, I was.
Where were you last night?
I was at home.
Were you at home yesterday afternoon?
Yes, I was.
Where were you on your last birthday?
I was at home.
Were you in this class last month?
I was at home.
Oh, okay. Can you repeat the question, Salma? Repeat number 5, please.
Were you in this class last month?
Yes, I was.
Where were you last New Year's Eve?
I was at a cafe.
Nice. I was at a cafe. Good. All right. So you can see the idea here, how to use was and where in questions, in yes/no questions, and in WH questions. And always remember that was and where, it's the past of is, are, and. So it's verb to be. It's the same thing, but in the past. Okay. All right. هنشوف موضوعنا اللي جاي. Let's look at something else. Alright, هو طبعا هذا مش هنكمله لكن نديره نطلع عليه ناخذ على فكرة بس. So here in this lesson we will talk about people who changed the world. Alright, so this is an interesting topic. In your opinion, who are the most important people who changed the world? In your opinion, what do you think? Can you think of important people who changed the world?
في ليبيا يعني.
No, the world.
Libyan people changed the world.
Yeah, Libyan people changed Libya.
I think
yeah, what do you think, Sami? Someone who you think made a big impact on the world and changed the world in a different way. Maybe good, maybe bad, not important, but what do you think? I think here they want good, they don't want bad. Can you think of any names? No names at all?
أرطغرل.
Who?
أرطغرل.
Who's that?
The Prophet
أرطغرل.
sallallahu alayhi wasallam.
Okay, the Prophet. Okay, so the Prophet is a good example. All right, the Prophet Muhammad. Okay, but I didn't hear you, Rashid. You said what did you say?
People.
أرطغرل, son of Suleiman Shah.
Who's that? I don't know him. Was he a prince, an Ottoman prince?
No, he was.
I think a leader of war.
He was a leader in war.
Yes. He built that Turkey.
He built Turkey. Okay, so he's a person who built many things in Turkey.
I don't know
how to write his name.
No.
Okay, you can say it in Arabic. Maybe we can get your point. Is he
هو اللي وحد تركيا.
he united. Let's write united. So this person united Turkey. All right. So this person united Turkey. All right. So maybe this is a person who maybe changed the world. Okay. Any other? Can you think of any other ideas? Any other people? Najat. Maybe Hannah. Can you think of other people?
محمد العزيزي.
Okay. Yeah, the Tunisian. Are you talking about the man who burned himself?
محمد العزيزي ثورات العرب.
Yes, Bouazizi, yes. Bouazizi ولا Bouazizi مش كان لقبه. Yeah, he changed the world. Do you think he changed the world in a good way or not a good way?
Yeah.
Good or bad way?
Bad way.
Not a good way.
Not a good way. Yes, I agree.
Bad way.
I think he shouldn't have burned himself. It was a bad idea, I think. All right, okay. So these are just examples of people we can think of, but maybe we'll talk about a different person in this lesson. So we will talk about an example of a person who changed his life and the world, right? Now, I want you to see the title, From Prison to President. Who do you think we are talking
the
about?
South Africa. The South African.
The South African president, yeah?
Famous.
He's famous. What's his name?
Yes. He was in prison.
He was in prison.
He was president of.
Yes, he was the president of South Africa.
Africa.
Correct. What's his name?
شكلها متفكراتها قدامي لكن الاسم
Madlina, maybe.
Yeah. It's written in
He
front
also
of
There are a movie
writer.
about this man.
Yeah,
Yes.
there's a movie.
Famous.
All right. So
Nelson Mandela.
Nelson, yes.
Yes. So in this lesson, we will talk about Nelson Mandela. And here was his photo. Let me show you a photo. You see him? Here, Nelson Mandela. Do you remember him? Okay, so this is Nelson Mandela.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, so we'll talk maybe a little bit about him, but let's start with the vocab first, and then we will talk about Nelson Mandela. Let's do it.
He writes a lot of wisdoms when he was
In prison.
That's
why, in my opinion, every Libyan should go to prison and stay for at least 5-10 years. And
it should be.
And everybody will come out very cool and calm and with a lot of wisdom. But someone needs to put us in prison first, I think. And after that, things will become a lot better, I think. Anyway, let's start here with a little bit of vocabulary, okay? So let's do, it says here, work in pairs. Fill in the gaps in these phrases, in the phrases with these verbs. Okay, so we have a box with 4 verbs, and then we have some phrases. So the verbs are start, get, meet, and finish. Let's use them to complete the phrases, okay? So we say start school, or start my first job. We say start.
Finish.
All right, so we finish university, very good. So we finish university, we finish school, correct? Let's write finish. All right. And what about my husband, my wife? What do we
Meet.
Meet my husband.
Correct. All right. So we meet. We meet people. We meet husband, wife, brother, sister, friend. Good. And married, divorced. What do we use with married, divorced?
Get.
Yes. People get married and sometimes they get divorced. Sometimes they get married after they get divorced. Does this happen in Libya? Do people get married after they get divorced?
Yes.
No, but I mean the same person, not a different husband or a different wife.
No.
No.
Get married? What?
I mean here, let's say for example.
Can you repeat?
Yeah, I'll repeat. Let's say for example we have Ahmed and Marwa, for example, right? So Ahmed and Marwa, they get married. And maybe after a few years they get divorced, right? Do they get back together? Do they get married again? Do they, or no? Usually they stay divorced. In Libya, what usually happens?
Usually.
No, usually no.
Usually they stay divorced, right?
Yes. Usually they do party divorce.
Yeah, everybody celebrates.
New parties.
They're happy. At last, I'm divorced. All right, okay. So this is the idea. Freedom. If you want to talk about marriage and divorce, get is a good verb. You can say Ahmed got married, Ahmed got divorced, and so on. So get is a good verb to talk about it. All right. Let's check the next group of phrases. So we have, write, come, study. So you have a son, or you have 3 children, or he has, but because we have, so let's just say you or I or they.
Become a lawyer.
Correct. So you become a lawyer, or you become a president. This is something you become, right? What about number 7? You. Correct.
Right.
Yeah. Correct. So we write books.
Right.
Study language.
Or write a letter. Okay. Can you hear me? Is my sound clear? أنا معاش واضح. Can you hear me? Hello? I think my internet is not good. Can you hear me? Hello? Hello? Can you hear me? Sorry?
Yes.
All right. Okay, internet شوية. Okay. It's not very good, my internet. Let me change to another one. Let's just see. But is my voice clear or not clear? Can you hear me clearly?
Clear.
Okay, it's clear now. All right, okay. So this is how we can use some of these verbs. All right, okay. Now, I don't want to do the reading. خليوا reading باش نديروا مرة جاية. لكن خليوا هذا number 4 is nice. Because number 4 here, it talks about regular. مشكلة number 4 لازم بعد reading. يلا. Okay, so we have to do the reading first. But it's nice. It's a nice story. I think you'll like it. Let's check it. All right, so let's do the general question here. What do you know about Nelson Mandela? What do you know about him? What information do you know?
He was for South Africa.
Okay, he was the first president of South Africa. You mean the first black president?
Yeah.
Correct. So he was the first black president of South Africa. Okay. Any other information? What else do you know about him?
يكرم شو معناها؟
You can say honored. He was the first one.
Oh, honored from Queen Elizabeth, I think, and Gaddafi.
Yes, but I think ممكن في كلمة أفضل من honored. يعني honored شوية عامة. You can say he was awarded. احنا عادة awarded دي ما يقولوا بعدها حاجة. Awarded. There's another word في كلمة رايحة مني مش مفكر. Okay. So he was honored, or he was he visited famous presidents and met famous people. Correct. Anything else?
I think when he was at the prison, he studied, not waste his time.
Okay, so he studied when he was in prison. Okay, that's interesting. All right. Okay. So we have a little bit of information about him. We know a little bit about Nelson Mandela. Now let's read about his life. And when we read, we want to fill in the gaps with some of the words we have in the box, okay? Of course, here we're going to guess. We don't really know, so we are just going to guess. So here we have 1943 to 1996 for 1957, 18, and we have the 18th of July. So we have different numbers and dates. We want to use them in the story here. Let me just check if there's another part. That's it. Okay, good. All right, so read, listen, and check your answers that are added. All right, so I want you to read first. Read this is a very short story, of course, about Nelson Mandela. Usually this kind of information we say biography. You know the word biography? What does it mean when we say this is a biography?
زي لمحة على حياتك، لمحة شخصية.
Right.
حاجة شخصية.
That's correct.
Like in short words.
Correct. Yeah, this is the meaning of biography. اللي هي السيرة الذاتية أو maybe short information about a person's life. When he was born, when he was married, when he finished work, you know, these things, biography. Okay, so take a few minutes. I want you to take some time, and I want you to read this short biography or this short text about Nelson Mandela. And then I want you to use these words in the box. Can you see the words in the box? The dates and the numbers, can you see them?
Yes.
Yeah, we want to use them in the reading. Of course, I want you to guess. Maybe you're right, maybe wrong, not important, because after that we are going to do them in the listening, and you can check your answers, okay? But for now, try to guess, okay? So take some time, take a few minutes, and then we'll check together, okay? So when you finish reading, you can tell me, and after that we can do the listening.
He married 3 times.
Yes. He's married 2 times. Maybe he wasn't.
Is he Muslim?
I don't think so. No.
As his name, Nelson.
Yeah, I don't think he was Muslim.
Even.
But maybe because he wasn't a nice person. That's why his wives left him 3 times.
He also gave the men excuse.
Maybe he was annoying, and all the women didn't want to stay with him.
He's a good man.
He's a difficult man. I think he's a difficult man. That's why they left him.
Because politician, I think.
Yeah.
Need to change the life from time to time.
Yes, and usually most politicians, I don't know about Nelson, I haven't read a lot about him. But most politicians are liars, I think, so maybe he was also a liar. So we don't know. Let's see.
في word solitary.
Solitary. Confinement.
لا اللي بعدها confinement.
Confinement.
حبس منفرد هذا وش.
Correct. صح. That's correct.
أو عزل سياسي هيك solitary.
لا حبس منفرد زي ما قلت في الأول. Okay, have you finished reading?
Yes.
Yes, all right. Okay, let's see your guesses. I want to know, where did you put the numbers? So 1943.
Number 2.
Okay.
1.
Number 1. 1943, number 1.
No.
Oh.
No, because in number 1 we want I think a day. We don't want a year, right?
Yes.
18.
18 July.
Maybe.
18th of July.
Yeah, maybe 18th July, because we want a day. We don't want a year. Okay. What about number 2? What do you think?
It's
43.
Yeah, because when did he start?
1938.
1957?
57, yes.
Number 2,
No.
57?
No.
1943.
Well, university 5 years. 1940.
From 1938 to 1943.
Maybe you're right. Because he started in 1938, so maybe if it's 5 years, maybe he will finish in 43, right?
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah, all right. What about number 3 here? He had 2 children and his first wife, Evelyn, they got divorced in, when did they get divorced?
1957.
57.
Maybe 57. All right, let's see.
In the same.
And then in the same year, he met a woman named Winnie Madikilista, something. I don't know how to say it.
Had
two children.
And
18.
They had 18 children.
No, two.
18.
Also,
Two
they
children.
also had 2 children.
Maybe 18. Why not? Okay.
Maybe.
All right. Okay. So they had 2 children. Maybe 4.
Maybe 4.
All right.
علاش also هذه؟
And they
Two,
also had. I don't know. It means maybe.
من الأول
you know,
عندها
About,
2. من الأول
for,
2.
لا رقم 4 مش تورة.
No.
Maybe
What?
18.
Maybe 4, maybe 18.
18 is I think too difficult in a short time, right? So maybe 4. 18, I don't think so. But okay, it says here in 1964 he went to prison. He stayed there for 26 years and okay, so Najat answered this partly. He has solitary confinement.
هنا 18 years نكتب.
Maybe. Okay, so solitary confinement, this is in prison where you stay alone in a small room with no one else. Okay?
For 18 years.
Okay. Maybe 18.
Yeah.
I think 4.
18 years.
Maybe 4.
No, 18. 4.
Maybe 18. Okay.
So
18.
It's a lot, 18, right? Okay. What about number 6?
4 years.
2 years.
2 years after prison? Maybe 2 or 4. احنا قاعدين عندنا فيهم خلاف.
No, 4.
4?
4
2.
years.
Yeah, maybe 4, maybe 2. We'll see from the listening context. You can check. All right. So it says here Nelson and Winnie, they got divorced in which year did they get divorced?
1996.
96.
1996.
Yeah, 1996. Do you think she's a smart woman to divorce him after he became president? Do you think that's a good idea?
No.
Yeah, it's a bad idea, I think. Because now he's president, even if he's not a nice guy, I think he should stay, right? I don't know, it's just an opinion. Okay, so let's listen. Let's listen to the story. Let's check if your guesses are right. I think most of them are, but let's see.
5.
Nelson Mandela was born in South Africa on the 18th of July, 1918. He started university in 1938 and studied law. After he finished university in 1943, he lived and worked in Johannesburg. He was very interested in politics and wanted to change the political system. He became president of the ANC, the African National Congress, in the Transvaal in 1952. He had 2 children with his first wife, Evelyn. They got divorced in 1957, and in the same year he met a woman named Winnie Madikizela. Nelson and Winnie got married a year later, and they also had 2 children. In 1964, he went to prison. He stayed there for 26 years and was in solitary confinement for 18 years. But the world never forgot Nelson Mandela, and in 1994, only 4 years after he left prison, he became president of South Africa. Nelson and Winnie Mandela got divorced in 1996, and 2 years later, he married his third wife, Graça Machel. When he was president, he wrote a book about his life called Long Walk to Freedom.
Okay. All right, so this means our answers are good, right? We only number 4 and 6 we were not sure, but the rest, all of it was correct. Okay, so this is a short story, not story, but a short biography and some information about Nelson Mandela. Next lesson, we will finish the questions about him and his life. And we'll talk a little bit about grammar. We'll talk about regular and irregular verbs. So we'll talk a little bit about this now. Next lesson, inshallah. Okay? So, so I'll see you next lesson. And I think some of you have conversation tomorrow. I don't know. Yeah, the students. So if you have conversation, don't forget to be online at 6 o'clock, okay? Tomorrow. All right, so
Okay,
I'll
thank
see
you.
you. I'll see you next lesson. You're welcome. And good night.
Good night.
Okay, bye-bye.
Thank you.
All right, bye. Bye.